Yes, guys, for some days now, news they fly the whole social media and say, man, Bølà Ãhmêd Tïñûbū, which is the Kabas president-elect, say him don't finally bring out the names of the ministers when be like, say, man, they want work with him. Una grab. Not be to bring out names of ministers, so because if una go look that list, una go see a lot of former governors, their names full there. You understand? And governors, so all those governors will be like, say, man, they use their tenant ground. Now there are many parts there. When I grab now. Meanwhile, you get this particular video when I just like right now, make una watch, make una take una time to watch this video, make una not rush. And as una they watch this video, make una try help me like, share, and drop on a comment. I believe all of una know this guy one I see for my screen. So the best journalist in Nigeria as far as me Urom Pikin is concerned, Rufai. This guy, he know they talk as he say inside Nigeria in this. He know they talk like some journalists for inside Nigeria be like say man, they collect envelope, they don't know their left, they don't know their right. Over to you guys. Make una just enjoy this video. What go see now for the next update coming up soon. Respect, one love, guys.
Hi. So finally, we have a list of ministers now, and we're looking at them. We're looking at probably how they're going to act. We're looking at what they intend to do for the country. But a couple of questions. Hitherto, we've always had very, quote, interesting DSS screenings. And I'd like to ask, hope the DSS screen these ministerial nominees very well. We don't want a case where we have ministers that have supported different terrorist groups in the past and the DSS claim they had screened them. We don't also want a case where some ministers probably do not have their NYSC certificates and they claim they have it. So please, we'd like to ask, were all the ministers properly screened? Because we've had a case in the past where Kemi Adeosun, the DSS claimed that they had screened Kemi Adeosun, but it finally emerged that she did not have the correct NYSC certificate. And guess what happened? She had to resign, which was a sad one. So I'd just like to ask, hope this ministers were properly screened at the DSS did a good job. Also, we would also like to ask, hope this screening also involved EFCC screenings. Hope some of these past people do not have cases to answer with EFCC. And hope they're well screened on that front. You know, because we need to ask questions. And it's important we do ask those questions. And also, another layer of screening I would like to see is screening by their constituents, so people from their states. That's another layer of screening I would like to see. What have they done for the people in their states? Anyway, they'll say it's the state that nominated them, but we'll also look through that. So, for a couple of questions that we should ask them. Security, for instance. Anybody that gets the security, Minister of Security, we should ask them. They should elucidate more on their plans, if they have any, on how to end insurgency. Yes, I know they're still going to work with other forms of government, other bodies in the security framework, but they should tell us the plans they have. Even if it's not practical, they should just tell us, regale us with the plans they have. elucidate on their plans on how to end insurgency. That's number one. Secondly, let's also test their knowledge about what they even know about the threats of insecurity. So let's also ask them, what is the greatest security threat as we speak today? What's the greatest security threat? Is it insurgency? Is it kidnapping? Is it banditry? What is it? Also, what they're going to do to solve the problem of interagency rivalry, like we've seen recently between the DSS, the EFC, and the DSS now, the prison services. That's one. Number two, based on the economy, growth. How are we going to spoil economic growth? All of this economic restructuring we were doing, who is going to plan for the very low rung of society? How are the ministers, how is the minister of economy going to help, cushion the effects on the low rung of society, people in the low rung of society? What's the economic planning going to be around? And how can we usher in a new era of GDP growth? Power. What is even the person's outlook on power generation in Nigeria? At least the person should give us an historical perspective and an understanding of the problems as regards the power sector in Nigeria and possible solutions, and how or what models can we use to be able to shore up generation and distribution. And we should also ask, does the person have any knowledge about stakeholder engagement across board on different power issues and the power sector? That's on power. Health. I mean, what would the person do, or what's the thinking of the person that will be minister on how to improve on the primary healthcare outcomes of Nigerians, owing to the fact that 10% of the over 30,000 primary healthcare centers are in bad shape? And what will the person also do as regards the secondary healthcare centers? And most importantly, what's going to be the approach of the person to the public health challenges as we have in Nigeria? What's the philosophy? So, I mean, these are some of the questions I expect to see. And these are some of the ideas I expect to see espoused. I don't want the case of just take a bow. I'm saying all of this because I want Nigeria to be good, and I keep speaking my truth. And I believe if Nigeria is good, it's good for all of us. And for all the people out there that are delusional to think that I support one over the other, your delusion is unexplainable. All I am for is a better Nigeria. Anybody that fixes Nigeria, I'll support them. If I see things untoward, I'll say them. So, for those that are so delusional in their minds to follow partisanship, you forget that there are some people that are patriots. And patriots are supposed to lead a country onto a path of his greatness. And that's what I am. I'll keep speaking up. Things I see, I'll keep saying it. But don't be delusional for you to think that patriots will not rise up and speak as regards our country. Because you yourself, you are a patriot. And when you see some
Bye.